Welcome to another top 10 list here at the Damage Board. I'm Iadarola. That is Francesca Fiorentini, also known as Mom. How's it going?
Mama.
You're a mama. That's why we're talking about this. So,
what's up?
Okay. Anyway, we were talking about how we're getting cornier as we get older. Anyway, so I'm gonna be taking leave in, oh my God, less than 2 months, dear God. And you did when you had Karina last year, less than a year ago. So it's a period where, assuming you're lucky enough to be able to have leave, and obviously in America it's not guaranteed because we're not actually number one, but we're lucky enough that we will. It's a period of time that in theory you're focusing on changing diapers, feeding the baby, putting it back to sleep, a lot of that sort of stuff. And then you've implied that there's other time aside from that. So my imagination started to go.
Oh no, did I plant this in your head?
Well, yes, you said, well, you'll have other time. So I thought, oh, well then I can get stuff done. For the first time in my life, I'll have more than a week off. But I also know that I'm gonna be exhausted. So I'm trying to manage my expectations. And thus, out of that stew comes this list.
Well, okay, so full disclosure, I am not full-time at TYT and did not get paid leave. Yes. I am partially employed through a number of different avenues, including my own podcast, which I did stop for about 6 weeks, I think. So not a full 2 months even. So I'm wondering, how long are you gonna take, you think?
I'm gonna take literally as long as the state/TYT will allow me, which I believe is 12 weeks.
Okay, great.
Yes.
I think that's really good. I think that's great, actually. So I just have to say, don't keep going. Don't be like, I need to go back, because you don't. But my number 5, for things that I either did or thought I would do, or just general thoughts. What I did do was have something to tether me to the work that I used to do. And in my case, that was for the patrons of the Bitchuation Room, patreon.com/Bitchuation Room. I would do my weekly topical joke roundup. So my weekly news roundup that are about 7 to 10 jokes about the news. And
you were doing a late night monologue or something.
Yeah, and I used to do that for the show. I actually haven't done it recently because it's so much work to write monologue jokes, although I love it. And so so this is sort of, I'm only almost 9 months into it, but this is me sort of saying it continues to be hard. It's harder when you actually start to go back to work. But what I loved about those weeks where it was I just have one thing that I want to deliver for the people who support me, was that it was small and short, but I could sort of take the week to work on it and then put it out at my convenience. And it made me listen to the news and digest the news, and then sort of also keep me on my toes with some writing. So that was nice.
Yeah, I think it's also probably important that when you finally do come back, you're not having to catch up entirely on everything that happened in the meantime.
Yes.
So I like that. Also, my wife and I have finally been watching the final season of The Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Oh God.
And one of the plots is that she's a part of a late night writer's room, and it does seem very difficult.
Oh God, yeah, monologue joke writing is the worst.
And make them good anyway. So I like
to make them good is hard. It's so hard, but it's fun, and it's a fun challenge. So I would just say have something to tether you. But yes, go.
Yeah, I'm gonna be talking about something like that in a little bit. My number 5 is I'd like to be helpful during this period. I'm obviously gonna be trying to be helpful when it comes to raising the baby. And I just realized I almost slipped up and said something more specific about the baby, but I won't. So I would love to get done a lot of the home DIY/improvement stuff that I'd like to do. But I also already suspect that that's gonna be very difficult to manage for a few different reasons. One, physical tiredness, which makes that stuff harder, which also makes the creativity part of it harder. Also, the noise, probably not gonna be the best thing to be hammering and sawing and stuff like that when there's a baby desperately trying to sleep. So I don't know. I'm really worried that this window is gonna pass by. It would be great to do some of this stuff. Lately, in advance of baby, I made and hung a barn door. I've been moving rooms around, built a second shed. We got a lot done, but once baby comes, probably gonna be it.
No, exactly. But you will be super helpful. And like the one thing in terms of like, the partner who didn't bear the life can do is instead of asking what they can do, just do it. That's the one thing. And I don't know how you guys are around the house, but it's the one thing I hear from a lot of like moms is like, I'd like my partner to just know that they need to wash the dishes and or the bottles and straighten a little bit, or rather than be like, what can I do? Because like telling someone what to do or giving them a suggestion, that's also work. It's like mental work, So just doing it is even nicer. So you don't have to think about it. So that's what I would say about trying to be helpful. Any little bit helps, and especially like rather than like, what do you want for dinner? Just make it, just order it, just do it.
Interesting. That seems risky.
No,
I like the idea of it, but you have to be easygoing then.
But John, you can also say like, look, I'm gonna make enchiladas for dinner. Is that okay? Yes. I'm gonna make, like that could also be a check-in. Like I'm gonna take some time to wash the bottles. That cool? Like, so versus like, what should I do?
What if I asked ChatGPT what I should do?
I would kill you.
Anyway, okay, what's up next for you?
Let's see. So number 4, I guess it's a little bit more political, but I had a kid right during the midterms, and I remember that I was like, should I watch the Warnock Herschel Walker debates? And I totally did. I could not tune out the election. I thought I could do it, and I thought I would tune it out, but it actually really helped to have, again, be a little bit in touch with what was going on, because you're so discombobulated from being a new parent. You're so hyper focused on something. So it was really nice to a little bit tune in to watch that thing on my phone. And actually like to have speaking of just more broadly, like have like a show if you're a new mom and if you're gonna be getting up in the middle of the night or whoever you are, like a show, a podcast, something you can download and listen to on your phone and just have around you. About a month into the baby being born into her life, it was the World Cup, and I would watch all of those games, and it was so nice to watch the games and like in one little AirPod as I was nursing or whatnot. So just like having a little bit of a lineup of like stuff that you've been meaning to consume, I think is helpful.
I like it. I'm gonna get some books on tape or something ready to go.
Yes.
Okay, I like that. We'll see about soccer. We'll see. Isn't the Women's World Cup later on this year?
I think so.
I'll consider it. Okay, mine is actually related to your first one. It is that I want to have a period, no work, no connection to anything. The issue is that it will be gearing into the primary during that period. There's gonna probably be debates, there's gonna be speeches and rallies and stuff. And so I like the idea of being able to maybe after 6 or 8 weeks, if there is a debate, then maybe just do commentary on the debate or upload a TikTok or something like that to make sure that people don't totally forget about me for 3 months. But I don't know how good of an idea that is in practice. What do you think?
I think it's a great idea. I think you should do it weekly. I don't think it should be like, just carve out like a thing that you do, or either a time or just I'm gonna do one a week and whatever. It could be a live stream. I think a live stream would be really fun for you to like engage with people who follow you. But that's it. Don't do too much. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. Like don't edit it, all the work that's involved. But yes, that'll be fun for us to watch you, to see and fall apart. And also to like, you're gonna want to, you're gonna really want to engage and talk about a story or something. So Elon is gonna do something. Who knows what's gonna happen with Twitter?
January 6 charges.
Exactly, January 6 charges will be coming down. So I would absolutely encourage you to do that.
Okay, what's next for you?
Let's see, I'm trying to consult. I think, okay, so I really wanted to like walk and get out and like, take the baby around and my privates hurt too too much. So I thought that I was going to be like much more active. And I was like, I did yoga all through the pregnancy. I was like, I could get back to this and blah, blah, blah. Maybe I'll do some like abs and stuff and like Pilates. Hell no. You're so tired. You're so like, your nursing is like running a marathon every single day. That's apparently what it's equivalent to. It's difficult to walk. And my baby was not is and still is not a stroller lover. She doesn't like to be restrained. She doesn't like being in the car. She doesn't like, it's difficult to wear a baby. You can wear a baby a little bit, but like she had like a moment, like after 15 minutes, it'd be like scream cry. So all I have to say is there's a thought that all babies like stroller walks because it makes them fall asleep. All babies like car rides. I thought it would get out. I thought it would do things. And the reality is you don't, and I didn't. And my baby couldn't sleep anywhere. I'm so happy for the parents who are like, yeah, my baby sleeps anywhere. That was her nap. We just go to the park and she naps. And we did it once. We did a very successful, went to a friend's kid's birthday party. Baby was asleep the whole time. And we were like,
nice.
But sadly, that was not our reality. So John, you will go from, if you wear any kind of like, step counter, you'll go from being like completely sedentary to moving all the time and getting your steps in no time. My baby's not even walking yet. And I'm like, just fluttering around the house I've got all my steps I need.
Okay, I like that. Well, mine is actually related to that. It's both, I really like the idea of walking around with the baby or stroller or whatever. So I don't know, I didn't know that some were temperamental and didn't like that. So I like the idea of that. I liked the idea of, I try to exercise regularly. I have a little home gym. I try to use it. I like the idea of using this as a time to really commit to that again in the bits of free time that I have. But I am wondering in terms of state of mind and energy level, whether that's actually gonna be possible. Cause it does feel like you're kind of blowing through your energy just maintaining things.
Yeah.
So that is going to be one of the big question marks.
And that's the other thing is like, there are also I hear from folks who are like, when the moms or anyone who's a primary caregiver has the time, what do? It's like they are cleaning, they are cooking, they are maybe taking a shower. And sometimes the dads are like running, like, doing like going on a long walk, and like things that are really good for their own mental health, which is good. You're gonna need that. But it also should be like, let's make sure that, the person who's maybe nursing has had a shower, who could get a walk themselves, like had like, whatever they need to do before you're like, I really need to lift again. You know what I mean? Like nobody cares. It's okay.
But what if I'm not just doing that for me? I'm doing that because seeing me is a benefit to everyone else.
No.
No.
Okay. It's dad bod for a reason.
Damn. Okay. I am like, I know intellectual. I'm going to suffer some whiplash because it seems to me, if we're both off, how is there not time to do this stuff?
I know.
A day is 24 hours long. How is there not time to shower? How is there not, like people talk about not having time to cook. It's why it's so great when people bring over food. How is there not time to cook?
Oh, there's
it's a 24-hour long day.
No. 24. No, there's no time to cook.
How much does the baby need?
Because you're tired. It's the tiredness.
Yeah.
But I do think you can cook. You'll see what you're capable of doing, but it's like the washing and the straightening, and lots of laundry, especially in the beginning, lots of laundry. They like projectile shit all over everything.
Oh, no.
You're gonna have to do a lot of like buying. Oh, we needed this thing instead of that thing. Oh, this is working out for us. This isn't working out for us.
Yeah.
Sadly, Amazon is there and it's gonna be your best friend. Like there's just a lot.
What if my baby is great and easy?
Yeah. And you might have that, but you're still gonna need to change diaper. They're still gonna poo and they're still gonna like spit up, and
what if the baby's the most constipated baby that's ever existed?
Then you're gonna be miserable, miserable.
Anyway,
no, it's surprising how helpless we all were once and how much effing support we needed. Like, it'll blow your mind. And then you'll be like, how do people do this single parenting? Insane.
Oh, I mean, I can't imagine.
And also, how do people do this in this country with like no support?
Exactly, and not being able to have leave.
Not being able to have leave as a starting point.
What's your number 2?
Number 2, enjoying my time off. I didn't really enjoy my time off, but this is number 2 is a little bit about is a two-parter, because when I went back after 6 weeks, I was not ready. I knew it. I knew it in my heart, and I knew it, and I still feel that way. I still feel like I've lost my edge. I still don't feel super prepared. I feel bad when I can't like read up on everything before I opine about stuff. I mean, I'm just keeping it 100. Like I often feel like I am doing a lot of baby stuff and I am not doing enough for my work. But that being said, I do think I started the podcast back too early. I think I started coming on the Damage Report too early. I think I started coming on TYT too early. I did have to like say no. But when it started up, I was like, for a while there, all you want to do is be with your kid. It's both you're resentful that you're being kept prisoner, but you actually love it. You're like, I want to do this. I don't want to go back to whatever normal was. So yeah, I think it was like, it's kind of hard. It's like a double-edged sword. You're like, I don't really enjoy doing nothing, but I also don't want to go back to the full-time schedule that I had before.
Yeah. I mean, I think that a happy medium would be quiet quitting.
Yes.
Just go back kind of, but
well, that's what I'm
really
doing now.
Much. Yeah. Oh, no. I think everyone can tell. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So mean.
I'm kidding. My number 2 is probably the most unrealistic one that I have here, because this really relies on the baby taking extensive naps and me being super efficient with doing all the stuff I need to do to maintain the house and all that. But I like the idea, because I'm never gonna get the sabbatical that I want. The only thing I want in my life is the idea of a sabbatical where I rent an A-frame cabin in the woods and I go there and I write. So my dream is that I'm super efficient with all this stuff, get everything done, and I can fit in those 12 weeks writing, maybe not in whole, but in part, a significant portion of my next novel. But my brain is gonna be jelly, so it's probably not gonna happen.
So I don't know if this is the time to pitch my pitch. So I believe there should be something called Baby Island. Baby Island exists until the baby is 18 months. So what's that, like a year and a half of age. Baby Island is where all parents go. It is an actual island. It's in the Caribbean. It's beautiful. And there's a bunch of like tired new parents and nursing moms, lots of diapers, but it's everything you need. There's plenty of shade. There's cool water lapping up on the sand. There's little like nap pods everywhere for the baby to sleep. But then we get to kind of roam around this paradise and also have like little huts where we get some work done. We can write, we can just sort of like, crochet, because our minds are so overstimulated. We just kind of like zone out and crochet. There's like a coloring book. Yeah, there's like a weird woodworking shop. It's like, you want to build something, you want to feel like, but it's beautiful and we're all in this together. So I could watch your kid while you do a thing and then you watch my kid. So it's sort of this cooperative paradise, and it's Baby Island, and I'm gonna make it happen.
I like it. So that's basically like humanity prior to capitalism.
Thank you. Yes.
Kind of. Yeah,
I like
it. I like
it. No. And that becomes really clear, because you're like, why am I doing this alone? This, to quote Hillary Rodham Clinton, it takes a village. I didn't read that book, but it does. And a communal support, familial support of a small baby makes all the sense in the world. It is stupid. You feel isolated, and it's like, why do we live like this? So that's exactly what it is. It's anti-capitalist Baby Island.
Okay, well, what does that leave? Is that your number one?
No, my number one of things that I thought I wouldn't need, or maybe thought I did need, or didn't know I needed as much as I did, was love. This is very important. So it's very important for new parents, especially new moms, to feel lots of love. There's a lot of decision making. There's a lot of hand wringing. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of like, what are we gonna do? I don't know. The baby won't sleep. Is she gassy? I don't know. Blah, blah, blah. You just want love. And all you need is that, like, you're doing a great job. You're crushing it. Give a big hug, love, because you will be so emotional. You'll be, you'll be sad, you'll be happy, you'll be this. I started crying randomly, and I didn't really need anything other than just kind of like love and support. So that's something that I feel like, and thankfully I did get a lot of it from my super duper husband. But I want always more love, so I just want love.
I like it. I mean, I don't have the capacity to give it, but I like the idea of it.
Yeah, no, you're dead inside, but like,
I hope. I've got dogs, and the baby theoretically will love her, so that's good.
But dogs are really, you're gonna need that time just to, like, when you'll totally get this, where like you'll be dealing with baby stuff, and then all of a sudden you'll find yourself alone with one of your dogs and be like, oh yes, and you realize that parents were put on earth to soothe babies, but pets were put on earth to soothe adults. Like, that's what they are 100%. There for. We are their babies as much as they are our babies.
No, I'm very excited. Hopefully they won't make it harder. If they're barking and waking up the baby, then that's gonna be a problem. But other than that, yes, I think they'll be helpful. My number one, turn this baby into content. I'm kidding. I don't mean actual content. I mean, I do hope that I catalog. Like, I am a person prone to nostalgia. I like having artifacts. I have a lot of stuff from throughout my life stored, and I hope that I do take pictures. I mean, I don't want to be the sort of person that's like making that my entire social media presence or whatever. But that said, we are doing this video. But I hope that I take some pictures, maybe do a couple of like journal entries or something, like, because it's good. I hear that it passes by very fast.
Yes.
So I want to remember it to the extent that I can.
I think posting is really nice, and I have a couple of apps to, like, where it can be private. You can just post to family and friends that do not sell your data like everything else we have. And posting really helped, actually. Like, having people just like look at a photo and be like, oh, your baby's so cute. Like, that really meant a lot and helped. Also, and maybe this can be my gift to you, but I have this lovely like first year like scrapbook thing where you write down first things, and every single week goes by, and I love mine. And I'll like, it's a prompt, so you'll like write stuff. Of course, I'm the only one who actually writes in it.
The baby's not writing nothing.
The baby's not writing nothing, but no, it's really cute and I love it. So I highly recommend also getting like a little journal thing that you can write down.
I love it. Well, those are that's advice from her, predictions by me. I know.
I'm so happy for you guys. I'm gonna cry.
There's parts of it that I'm worried about and terrified about, but yeah, it's coming close. It's getting soon.
It'll be awesome. It'll be, all the things. So the last thing I'll say is, I read on a meme, because Instagram is a parent's best friend, but it's like, you've been tired before. You felt stupid before. You've not known what to do before. You felt like you were like sucking before and all that. But what you haven't felt is the depth and the breadth of this kind of love of a baby, of your child. You've never felt that before, and that will be all worth it.
I hope so. Thank you. Very helpful. Anyway, those are some thoughts. Maybe we'll touch base in like December or January and see how everything went and everything. But anyway, thank you everybody for supporting the channel, making this possible. I hope that you enjoy this. Predictions or requests, as always, are more than welcome for Top 10 lists, and we will see you soon.